Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box, where today I want to remember one of the great pianists, composers, and arrangers of all time, the wonderful Joe Sample, who died on this day in 2014 of cancer, far too young. But let's celebrate his music. Joe was someone who was equally comfortable doing session work, being a composer, being a band leader, creating wonderful, memorable solo albums that sort of melded sort of serious modern jazz with accessible, popular music that never lost its jazz edge or virtuosity. And one of the reasons he was able to do it is he was such a great writer, such a great composer. And not only did he do wonderful things with his own projects, but he played with so many others. Now, most people probably know him from the Crusaders. They began life as the Jazz Crusaders in the 60s, but by the 70s, as they moved into a funkier jazz fusion sort of context, musical vernacular, if you will, they just became the Crusaders. And they had some super, super successful albums. Southern Comfort from 74 was great. My favorite, Chain Reaction from 75. And of course, the one that sold most of all was Street Life from 1979 with Randy Crawford, wonderful, wonderful singer providing vocals to the eponymous song. Of course, under his own name, he did some wonderful stuff. He did Swing Street Cafe with one of my favorite guitarists, David T. Walker, and Rainbow Seeker and Carmel from 78 and 79, respectively. Two of the top selling and quite rightly most beloved piano based, sort of modern, smooth, funky fusion albums of the late 70s. Absolutely such a talent. And just look at the people he's played with and such versatility adding to the virtuosity. He played with the great Al Jarreau, Herb Alpert, Paul Anka, Anita Baker, George Benson, Eric Clapton, Natalie Cole, Michael Franks, Randy Crawford, Rod Stewart, Steely Dan, Joni Mitchell, Blue Mitchell, no relation, Lalo Schifrin, Boz Scaggs, Ringo Starr, Minnie Riperton, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, Carmen McRae, Dusty Springfield, Tina Turner, the great guitarist Kenny Burrell. Let's Get It On, the Marvin Gaye album he played on. He played on Bobby Hutcherson's great San Francisco album, played with another great vibes man, Milt Jackson, on the great Memphis Jackson album. He played on Harold Land's great Peacemaker album. I love Harold Land. He played with Johnny Rivers. He played with the smooth jazz superstars, if you will, the Rippingtons. Sonny and Cher he played with. And these are just some. He was so in demand, and his son Nick is actually a great bass player who's done a lot of work with Brian Auger. So the music continues, but the Jazz Crusaders and later on the Crusaders, so influential. Musicians loved and respected them, but they really crossed over into big sales, considering it was still jazz for the general public. So rest in love forever, Joe Sample, one of the best to ever do it. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.